Okay, so let's see. I think we are live. Great. All right. So I already put my welcome in the comments. Welcome everyone. Today we're going to describe a picture and you guys are going to help me do it. All right, so let's take a look. What are we doing today in this live English lesson? Well, in this live English lesson, we are going to describe this picture. And we're going to do it systematically, right? So that means we're going to do it orderly in a specific way, okay? We're going to do the setting, the action, and the story, right? And the difference from what we're doing today versus what we did before is before I had everything prepared, right? But today you guys are going to help me to describe the picture, all right? In the comments, Ghazal Hosseini says hello, hello, hello. All right, so this is what it's going to look like. First, we'll talk about the setting, right? The setting is the time, the place, the environment, what's going on. Then we'll talk about the action. The action is like the people, what are they doing and why, what's happening. And then we'll do the story and we can use our imagination. Okay, so let's see. All right. Oh, Garden says hello. Hello, hello. All right, so we're going to jump in and we're going to do the setting. Okay, so when I was a police officer and I had to write many reports, right? I was taught that when I had to describe a situation to start big and go small, right? So what does that mean? To start big meant to talk about the setting, right? The place, the time, the environment, the location, stuff like that. Okay, so that's what we're going to do first. We're going to focus on the setting. So let me ask you guys, this picture, what do you think is the location? Where are we? What do you think? What is the location of this picture? Or what is the environment? Let's see if anybody... Leah Huda says, hi, Teacher Michael. I say, hello, hello. All right. So right now we're going to focus on the setting, the place, the location. Leah Huda says it's a coffee shop. Right. So I could say we're in a coffee shop. All right. So that is the location, right? Let's talk maybe about the environment. Okay. What time of day do you think it is? A little bit difficult to tell, but what do you think about time of day? 9 p.m., 2 p.m., 4 a.m.? What do you think in this picture? So it's a coffee shop, but what time of day do you think it is? There are people, right? We're in a coffee shop. What time of day? What do you think? Well, if you ask me, I would say it's difficult. Leah Huda says it's probably midnight or midday. Garden says late afternoon. Ghazal says properly in the afternoon. Okay, sure. And we could also say, if we wanted to describe it, we could say it's difficult to know the exact time, right? Because there aren't any windows and we're just using the lighting from the coffee shop. But maybe there are big windows, right? And maybe it's night outside or it's dark. Key in English says, hello, Michael. Hello, everyone. Hello, hello. All right. Okay, so far we're in a coffee shop. Ibrahim says 9 p.m. So it could be night. It could be daytime. It could be afternoon. Is possible maybe this coffee shop is in a mall and there's no bright light and maybe it is afternoon or midday, right? If I had to guess, I don't know, I'd maybe say late afternoon or evening when people are out and about drinking coffee. Okay, so we're in a coffee shop. The time of day, we did the location. Let's see, what would you say about the environment, the place? How does a coffee shop make you feel, right? Why do people go to coffee shops? Obviously they want coffee, but they could buy coffee at a grocery store, right? Why do people go to a coffee shop to drink their coffee? What do you think? And there's a nice word that I can think of that's called, let's see if I spell it right, ambience. Right? Does anybody know what ambience is? So, see, Leahuda says to hang out with friends or enjoy yourself. Sure. That's a great reason to go to a coffee shop, right? You sip on your coffee and you talk about life. How was work? How was everything? All right. So, let's see. Ambience, I think how it's described. What does the word ambience mean? You might say, we hung out in the coffee shop because of its ambience. What do you think? What is ambience? Leahuda says amicable. Amicable means nice, kind, friendly. That's not quite. See, Garden says good atmosphere. Yes. All right. Ain't the same says calmness. Ain't the same says atmosphere. Yes. All right, let's take a look. Ambience. We're going to look it up in the dictionary because we have a dictionary and we might as well use it. All right, let's look it up and see if I'm pronouncing it correctly, right?
Ambience.
One more time.
Ambience.
Ambience. Okay, here we go. So ambience is the character or atmosphere of a place, right? And most, well, I haven't been to that many coffee shops, but usually it's a nice environment. It's a nice atmosphere. People want to hang out, right? They have couches, they have snacks, maybe they have Wi-Fi. Ooh, free Wi-Fi, right? Then you can work and you can still connect. Okay, so ambience, atmosphere, air, aura, climate, mood, the feeling, the vibe of the place. Right. Okay, let's see. Let's go back. Ghazal says pristine. Pristine would be like high quality, like pristine condition or in really good sparkling condition. Leahuda says sometimes it's a romantic atmosphere. And let me ask you guys, do you guys drink coffee? And what kind of coffee do you drink? See, Ghazal Hosseini says peaceful. Yes, coffee shops are usually very peaceful, right? All right, do you guys drink coffee? The Leahuda says it's an atmosphere for lovers. Leahuda says cappuccino to go. Well, for me, I'm probably unique because most Americans seem to love coffee, but I guess I'm an exception. I don't like coffee. Something about the taste, I never really liked it. I like the smell though, but I don't really like the taste of coffee. So I'll tell another story. When I was a police officer, police officers have, there's a stereotype or that police officers always eat donuts and coffee, right? And some of it's true because it's very quick food. When suddenly you have to go and you have to run lights and sirens, quick food, coffee and donuts is easy and you can go. But when I was a police officer, I never drank coffee. I had water. Once in a while I would have a soda, but I never drank coffee. Leahuda says, would you give me an espresso, please, teacher? Well, the best I can do is we can look it up. All right, let's take a look at some espressos. Espresso. Woo. I think it's kind of cool how they do the design in the top with the cream. That's unique. I think that's kind of cool. All right. So here you go. Here's your espresso. Let's see. Ghazal Hosseini says, yes, I drink coffee twice a day. And I'm curious, Ghazal, what time of day do you drink coffee? Is it in the morning, afternoon, or is it twice at the same time of day? What do you think? Keen English says, I like coffee. I like coffee, but my stomach doesn't. So it makes you start thinking, what happens? Maybe you get an upset stomach, huh? Let's see. Leahuda says, sometimes people drink wine or tequila, right, teacher? Sure. And tequila is spelled Let's see. We'll go back. Tequila is spelled a little bit different than that. Is Tequila. Oop. Tequila. Yeah. So it's alcohol. It's very strong. Very strong. Right? I don't think you're going to find tequila in a coffee shop. Or, well, at least not like a Starbucks. Let's see. I imagine everyone probably has Starbucks in their country. Starbucks seems to be like really really common. And the only really coffee thing that I would drink would be a strawberry frappuccino. And it's not really coffee. But there it is. Strawberry frappuccino. And it tastes nice. It has like the bare strawberries in it. It has whipped cream on top. And it's more like a dessert. I wouldn't really call it coffee, I guess. I guess it's kind of coffee. I don't know. All right, let's see. Leah Huda says also we can grab latte macchiato. Latte macchiato. Let's see. Latte macchiato. Whoop. Right. Ooh, interesting. Let's see. Ghazal Hosseini says one after my breakfast and one in the afternoon. So that's when you have coffee. Interesting. Okay. All right. So let's go back to the picture. All right. So the location is a coffee shop. The ambience, the environment seems to be very warm. What do you think? How can we describe the atmosphere in this coffee shop? We could say the atmosphere is what? What do you think? And more specifically, the atmosphere in this coffee shop is what? Must be something good, right? If people want to come and spend money there. So what are some words that we could put in to describe the atmosphere? And maybe I will move to another one so I have more space. Okay, so the atmosphere in this coffee shop is, why don't we just do a list? Key in English says peaceful. Sure, peaceful. What else? What do you think? I think before someone had said something about someone put romantic atmosphere. Someone said calmness. So we could say calm. That works. Maybe we could say romantic. Meziyek Insekara says very nice. Sure, we could say is very nice. Cozy. Cozy, right. And Leah Huda, can you give me another word that means almost the same thing as cozy? And Garden says cozy as well. Can someone give me another word that means pretty much the same thing as cozy? And I'll give you a hint. It starts with a C and ends with an E. Key in English says comfortable, right? And I think that's probably what the coffee shops are aiming for when they have their environment, right? Because if it's comfortable and cozy, then everybody wants to come in, right? Let's see. Ghazal Hosseini says, the angle of the sun reflecting on the girl's face shows the sun is about to disappear. Whoa, we sound like an investigator, right? Looking at the details. Good. Leah Huda says warm. Sure. We can say it's a warm environment. The atmosphere in this coffee shop is warm. And when we say warm, we're not only talking about temperature, which it probably is, nice temperature, but warm can mean like inviting, kind of cozy. It's where people want to hang out, good vibrations. Ghazal Hosseini says, convenient. The atmosphere in this coffee shop is convenient. I don't know if I would use convenient. Convenient is kind of like something, well, I could say the location. The location of this coffee shop is convenient. Maybe it's right next to where I work. Leah Huda says it's a crazy atmosphere. Sure, that's possible. Right, so we're just getting a bunch of adjectives, ways to describe the atmosphere. Okay, so what do you think is the temperature? Leah Huda says convenient, similar to comfortable. It's a little bit different. Let's look it up. Let's go back. And whoop, that's not the right one. Let's look up convenient, because it's not quite, doesn't seem the same as comfortable. Let's see. Convenient. Right, let's hear their pronunciation.
Convenient. Convenient.
Convenient. All right. So fitting in well with a person's needs, activities, or plans. So the example is, I phoned your office to confirm that this date is convenient. It just means it works well with you, right? So just because something is comfortable doesn't necessarily mean that it is convenient. It's possible, but the words are different. Huh? All right, let's see. Let's go back. Ain't the same the real says friendly. Sure, we could say this is a friendly environment. Right. Okay, and let's see if this is. Leah Huda says because she's wearing a jumpsuit, and that indicates summer or warm weather, right? So, what do you think? What is the temperature in this room? Or the temperature in this coffee shop is what? What do you think? We can do Celsius because the majority of the world uses Celsius. Where I'm living right now, we use Celsius. So, let's see. I even have my my air conditioning remote. Right now I have it set at 25. So sometimes, actually I'm going to put it 24 because it's getting a little bit warm in here. So what do you guys think? What is a good temperature for a coffee shop? Because remember, we want to maintain the environment as peaceful, warm, romantic. People want to hang out there. So what do you think? Thais Daira says hot, okay. And what temperature would you say when it's hot? Leah Huda says she'd guess like 25. T in English says 29. Ooh, 29's pretty warm, isn't it? Maybe, possible. There are many different coffee shops in the world, and I haven't been to that many. I don't know. It depends. Maybe what the locals want. Do they want to sit in air conditioning? Is it hot outside? They want to cool off inside? Or is it cold outside and they want to be warm inside? That is a good thing that we could talk about. Let's see. Let me get this one here. Ibrahim Al says a smoky atmosphere. It's possible. Possible if they're smoking in the coffee shop. Most of the coffee shops in the US now I think are non-smoking. They might have like they call it a designated smoking area. So just a big word for a place for smokers. Let's see, we'll put designated smoking area. There we go. Okay, so you might see a sign that says designated smoking area. Can someone tell me what does the word designated mean? I mean, we know the idea, designated, the smoking area, it's a place, but what do you think, what other words could we use for designated? What do you think? All right, designated is not a super common word, but it's common enough, I guess, to know what it means. What do you think? Can you guys give me an idea? What is another word that we could use for designated? What do you think? Leah Huda says for smokers only. Well, that's partially correct. I imagine people who don't smoke, if they want to hang out there, they could. Maybe they don't want to. I mean, they probably don't say, do you have a cigarette? If you don't, get out of here. But it's probably for people that smoke. All right, Garden says separated. That's the right idea because it's a separate section, right? It's a separate area. Thais Dyer says free of smoking. Well, the other place would be like smoke-free, a smoke-free environment. Designated here, we're kind of looking for the word like assigned, and I'm going to type it in. Why don't we just look up designated? And it might show up for designate, which is a verb. It's an action, all right? To appoint to a specific position. Okay, that's for a person. Let's see what else we have. Okay, classified. That's a good one. Classified. So it's like it's given a certain definition as this is what goes on in this location, right? So if it's designated, it's assigned the status that it's going to be for people who want to smoke, right? And if you smoke outside the area, then I don't know, people will probably say, hey, you need to be over there, or you need to be not here because people don't like your smoke or something like that, right? All right. Okay, let's go back. Okay, so let's see. How about this? This coffee shop is probably located where? There are a lot of different possibilities for this one. So judging by the person, the girl, the environment, the background, where do you think this coffee shop is located? Or what are possible ways to finish this sentence? What do you think? Leah Huda says it's cold there in order to give the lovers an atmosphere where they can cuddle. Where they can cuddle each other so they can keep warm. It's possible. It's possible. All right. Meziak in Sekara says at the street. All right. So let's see. This coffee shop is probably located, we could say, in the street. Or maybe we could say along the street. Or maybe next to the street. Because outside in front is probably the street, and the coffee shop is along it or next to. Leah Huda says in a mall in a big city. Okay, we can put that in there. This coffee shop is probably located in a mall in a big city. Sure, that's a possibility. All right, what do you think? How else can we finish this sentence? I see Ghazal Hosseini says, even if the coffee shop is located at the very center of the Arctic, the temperature can be like 25, thanks to the fossil fuel and solar power. Yes, technology. All right, Thais Dyer says gallery. Ooh, and when you say gallery, I'm thinking that you mean like a gallery of shops, right? Let's see what we can find. Like in a mall, maybe? A gallery of shops? Something like this, where it's a whole bunch of shops all together in the same area, maybe? All right, let's see, let's go back. All right, let's see, Key in English says by the river. Sure, we could say by the river. So by the river, this coffee shop is probably located in, what do you think? Maybe in a, would you say a Western country? Perhaps? The lady, she looks kind of white, Caucasian, so it could be a Western country. I don't know. Let's see. If you guys had to guess, what country do you think this coffee shop is in? Ooh, Meziak says in college. All right, if we put in college at the end of the sentence, we'd have to say this coffee shop is probably located in maybe in a college campus, right? And we could say, Ghazal Hosseini says near a college. And can you guys tell me what about the picture made you think that it's near a college? Right? So we use the information in the picture. What information do we have in the picture that makes us think that it's near a college? What do you think? All right, Thais Dyer says near an airport. Sure, that's possible too. All right. Right? So two of you guys said near a college. And anyone else, what information in the picture gives us an idea that it might be near a college campus? Right? Leah Huda says plenty of people are guys. And let's just look up college campus to make sure everyone understands what campus is. Right? Let's find the pictures. I like using pictures. All right, so we have a college campus. All right, sure. Here we go, college campus, big open area, buildings, usually neat and well taken care of, but they usually have coffee shops because everyone loves coffee. All right, so let's see. Ibrahim says, or a railway station, right? Well, let's see, I asked you guys, why did you think it was near a college? Nobody's answered, so I'll give my answer. I think it could be near a college because I would say the lady is probably, around college age. Let's see, Denuj says in the mall, right? This coffee shop is probably located in the mall. Sure, we could say that. That's right. Okay. All right, so we've talked. Ghazal Hosseini says the young students hang around with their friends in coffee shops. Sure, right? They might study, they might gossip, they might chat, they might do any kind of thing that they do in coffee shops. Use the Wi-Fi probably too. Okay, so we talked about the setting. The setting is the time, the place, the location, the environment. Now, let's talk about the action. All right, so when we're talking about the action, we're talking about the people, what's happening in the picture. Can you guys tell me what's happening in the picture? So obviously we can see a girl, right? Or a lady or a young lady. So what do you think? And what do you think? What is happening in the picture? How about this? The girl is what? Can you guys finish this sentence? And let's see what we can get for answers. All right, Leah Huda said she's holding her cell phone. Right, so we could say the girl is holding her cell phone. Right. All right, there are lots of other possibilities. Key in English says the girl is slurping her coffee. Right. Let's see, Thais says she's drinking coffee. Leah Huda says she's busy reading or watching something in her nice, beautiful cell phone. So she is reading or watching something on, and we say on her cell phone. Something on her cell phone. Right. And let's see. Key in English said slurping. Slurping is a very good verb. Let's see. What does the word slurping mean? How can we describe what is slurping? It's a good word. It makes me think of slurping. Can you guys tell me how can we describe in English the word slurping? Let's see. Leah Huda says drink with a straw. That could be another one. Sure, we could say the girl is drinking her coffee with a straw. Sure, that works. But can someone tell me what does slurping mean? Leah Huda says, and make a noisy sound. Right. And you said with the straw and slurping. Well, it's possible. You can use a straw, and you don't have to use a straw, but Key in English says she's already broken up with her boyfriend, and now she's missing him and thinking of him. In English says to drink noisily. Yes. So whatever your beverage of choice is, excuse me, I'm going to be rude for a moment, but just so you guys can understand what slurping is, right? You're like, you make a really loud noise, and it can be through a straw, or it can just be, with a regular cup or glass. But it's like the noise of the liquid going into your mouth is very loud. All right. Thais Dyer says an annoying sound. Yes. All right. Ghazal Hosseini, she's reading her boyfriend's message casually to show she was quite indifferent about him texting to end the relationship by slurping the coffee. That is a complex sentence. Full of drama. Yes. All right, let's see. Let's look up slurping. Make sure. It's an interesting word. It's good. It's specific, right? Here we go. There we go. Let's hear their pronunciation.
Slurp. Slurp.
Slurp. Okay, so it's a verb. Here it is. Eat or drink something with a loud, sloppy, sucking noise. So it's probably it's possible that it's messy too, but you're like, and everybody else around you is like, don't you have any manners? All right, so that's slurping. For pictures, slurping, let's see what shows up. You can slurp noodles. All right, so it doesn't have to be only a beverage, it could be noodles, because noodles you kind of suck them up. Maybe even spaghetti, and you suck them up into your mouth. So you're slurping. So it doesn't only have to be for beverages. Such an interesting word, slurping. It is just to eat or drink noisily, where you're sucking whatever it is into your mouth. Say, Leah Huda says, nobody likes such a sound, plus it's disgusting. Yeah. And I suppose maybe if you're really hungry, maybe you just haven't eaten for 2 days or something. You probably don't care. You just suck it in as fast as you can. All right, let's see. Leah Huda says, I assume she's engaged because of her ring on her right hand. She's wearing a ring on both hands, actually. Right, maybe she is engaged. Okay, so let's talk more about the girl. The girl, should we say the lady or the girl? She seems like a young lady, so we'll say the lady is wearing. What do you think? Keen English says, I love this sound, Huda. It's a unique sound. Okay, let's talk about what the lady is wearing. What do you think? How can we describe her clothing? Right, you guys help me. I have ideas, but this is for you guys to help me out, all right? See, Ghazal Hosseini says, I've heard that it isn't assumed as an impolite action in China to slurp. Is it true? I don't know. One thing I can think of is that even in American culture, it kind of depends on the family, and it depends on their manners, how they were raised. I mean, if the parents are like, then the kids are probably like, and if the parents are like, eat with your mouth closed, then the kids will probably have bad manners. So I think it depends. Okay, let's see. Leah Huda says she's wearing a jumpsuit. Well, let's take a look. Is she wearing a jumpsuit? Let's take a look at what pops up when we put in jumpsuit. All right, jumpsuit. Okay. So this is kind of, I don't know, I'm not an expert on women's clothing. This is like a jumpsuit. Okay, well, let's see. Does that seem like what she's wearing? Let's see. Denuju says a vest. Kind of like a vest. Let's take a look. What is a vest? Let's go back to the pictures. So this is a vest. All right, and it's not quite what we're looking for. Let's see. Now let's see. Ghazal Hosseini says jean overalls. Overalls. Right. Overalls. Good. I like that word for this. Let's take a look. Overalls. This is something that like farmers would wear, right? Overalls. And it's not just farmers anymore. It's just people who like to wear these kind of pants because they're comfortable. And so they have pants at the bottom, but on the top they have like suspenders that come over your shoulders, right? And you can adjust them and they're comfortable. I remember when I was a kid, I wore overalls sometimes, but I remember being frustrated when you have to go to the bathroom. And when we're talking about number 2, you have to go poop, right? So you have to, and then your suspenders would get stuck and you'd be like, So I wasn't a big fan of overalls, but yeah, that's a personal story. Okay, let's see. Meziek says a bib and brace overall. Well, you can call this part of the overall is the bib. Yes, it's kind of like the baby's bib, right? So let's see, what if it happens bib overalls? All right, so the bib is just the part right here, right? The bib. All right, Tice Dyer says blue jeans. Well, they are jeans. They're just a specific kind of jeans. They're overalls. Garden says a see-through blouse. I'm not going to look that one up because that one will probably have images that it's not what we want to show right now. But yes, if you look at her arms, the upper part of her arms, like her bicep area, she's wearing some sort of blouse, right? And it's see-through, so it's kind of maybe like a mesh or something that you can see through, right? So it's just part of her outfit. So she has the blouse and she has overalls. Let's see. So jean overalls, and we can say she has a see-through blouse. Right. I'm not going to put see-through blouse in the image search because children may be watching this. Okay. All right. Let's see. Okay. Let's see. How about we describe her hair? All right. The lady's hair is what? How would you describe her hair? Garden says sorry. No, it's fine. See-through blouse, I would say, is correct because her arms, you can see it, right? And it's just part of her outfit. So I wouldn't say her outfit is improper because she has overalls, right? And it's very modest. It's, it's not provocative or anything like that. Let's see. Lihuda says, teacher, can we say jeans or jeans only? Well, usually, let's look it up. When I say jeans, I usually think of jeans and I don't think of overalls. I just think of jeans, right? And even here they make the difference, overalls. Jeans, overalls, right? So when I think of jeans, I only think of the waist and below. I don't think of the hole up with the bib. So I would say overalls. Whoops. And let's see. There we go. So these are just jeans, right? These are not overalls. Jeans are kind of like the bottom part of the overalls. All right, let's go back. All right, Thais Dyra says, all right, how about this? You could say, so to finish the sentence, the lady's hair is long and brown. Sure. Right? Gazal Hosseini says, maroon wavy hair. Aha, I noticed that too. Her hair kind of has a red tint. Right? So let's see, is maroon and wavy. And just to make sure everyone understands what color maroon is, let's quick take a look. And we'll do maroon hair. Let's see what shows up. So kind of like this. Maybe more like this one. Maybe they dyed it a little bit and they added some maroon. Maroon is just kind of like a dark red, I guess. Let's see what shows up when we just put maroon color. Yeah, somewhere between a red and a brown, I think. Yeah. Okay. Okay, so maroon and wavy. What else do we have? Dyed and curled lightly. Ooh, I like that. Dyed and curled lightly. Right. So we could say maybe loose curls. Because let's go and take a look. Right. I had 2 sisters growing up. That's probably why I know a little bit about hair. And plus I have a wife and a daughter, right? So we could say loose, there you go, loose curls. So it's kind of like a wavy, it's somewhere between wavy and tight curls. If we say tight curls, then we're thinking about this, right? Where it spirals, where it curls quickly and it stays there. So these would be tight curls, right? And then the others were loose curls. Maybe we could put it a little bit different way. Loosely curled hair. All right, there you go. Same type of thing. Okay. All right, let's see. Lehuda says red, curly, long hair. Okay. So that if we were put it in the sentence, we say the lady's hair is red, curly, and long. Let's see. Key in English says curly or wavy. I suppose it's wavy. So curled, we could say, I would say loosely curled, right? Because usually, and the important part is loosely. So the opposite of tight. Because if we put in curly hair, let's see what happens. All right. So these curls are tighter, right? They're not tight curls, but they're not, it's not really wavy either. There's like curls, but they're right. So yeah, I would say loosely curled works. But let's also put in wavy hair. Let's see what shows up. Aha! Looks similar to loosely curled. I am definitely not an expert because I have one hairstyle and one hairstyle only, which is zoop. It's gone. Okay. All right, let's see. Leahuda says, I assume her hair is straight, but because she went to a beauty center to get that wavy hair. Right, we can say she went to a salon, right? And they probably curled her hair. To put your hair in, what's it called? Curlers, I think. Hair in curlers. There we go. So these little plastic we're getting out of my expertise here, but this, you could say this lady's hair is in curlers, right? And depending on how big the curlers are, how tight they are, how small, it will affect the after product of the hair, right? Look at me. I sound like I sound like I know what I'm talking about. Hair is not my specialty. Thank goodness for Google image search. All right, let's see. Okay, let's go back. All right. Okay, so lady's hair is long and brown, maroon and wavy, dyed and curled lightly, sure. Red, curly and long, or loosely curled. All right. How do we describe the position of her hair? What do you think? The lady's hair is what? We're going to try to describe not the color now, not the style, but how is it positioned? I mean, it's not hanging in front of her face, right? Because we can see them, there's parts. But how would we describe the position of her hair? What do you think? Interesting. We're getting specific. How do we describe the position of her hair? Leahuda says floating down. Floating, I wouldn't choose floating. It's the right idea, right? It's a kind of idea because it's like, it's soft and it's kind of moving. There's another word that I would use that starts with, let's take a look. I see Gonzalo's in, he says over her shoulders. All right, let's see. I like the word flowing, kind of like water. We could say flowing down over her shoulders. Something like that. You could say maybe hanging down over her shoulders. Right? Floating is kind of the right idea, but it doesn't quite fit here. Because floating means like it's kind of, like in space. You're like, I'm floating, right? Let's see. So yes, the hair is down. Her hair is down. You could just say down, right? Because if your hair is up, then it's probably tied up in something. Let's see. Hair up. So the hair is tied up into something, a bun? I think there's something called a hair bun, isn't there? Aha! I knew it. So this is a hair bun, and we can't say the hair is down here. We would say the hair is tied up into a bun, right? Let's see. We'll put let your hair down. Right? Let your hair down means to open it or unfasten it. It's also an idiom. Yes! Let your hair down means to relax, to chill out. Just sit down and let your hair down. All right. So when someone worked really hard at something and can finally relax. At the end of the day, I just love to let my hair down. So I could say it, even though my hair's not coming down, because I can use the idiom. I got home and I let my hair down and I just crashed on the couch. Leahuda says, wow, new idiom. Yes, I love idioms. All right. So let your hair down means to chill out, relax. It's been a stressful day. Let's just chill and relax. So let's see. Let your hair down. And also, because idioms have two meanings, right? They have the kind of hidden meaning, but they also have the direct meaning. You can say the woman is letting her hair down. Let's see, woman letting her hair down. Yeah, something like this, right? So maybe it was tied up here, and then she's gonna open it up and let it down, so it will hang down. Okay, I think I'm losing my interest in hair. But I suppose it's an important part of this picture, so we can talk about it. All right, so let's see. I think we have done the action. How about this? We'll do one more. The other people in the coffee shop are what? What do you think? How can we fill in this sentence? The other people in the coffee shop are what? And we can't see them specifically, but I imagine you guys have some experience, you know, what people do in coffee shops. So if you like say, you know, they're riding elephants or something, I would say, well, that doesn't quite fit in this sentence. How would you guys finish this sentence? The other people in the coffee shop are... Leah Huda says chatting to each other. We would say chatting with each other. Chatting with each other. You could say talking to each other. But usually when we say chatting with, talking to. You could also say talking with each other. But if we say to, it's like the idea of projecting, pushing energy forward. So if you're chatting to someone, they might be like, why do you keep talking at me? Well, let's see. Chatting to each other. Garden says brully. Brully. I don't know that. B-R-U-L-L-Y? Brully. Is that a word? Let's take a look. I don't know that word. Oh, let's see if anything shows up. Brully? No definition found. Maybe Garden, maybe it's spelled incorrect. I'd be curious to know what it is, though. See, I looked it up, but didn't find anything there. Okay, let's see. Lee Huda says enjoying their time, right? The other people in the coffee shop are enjoying. We could say themselves. You could say enjoying their time. That's fine. Enjoying their time. Let's see. Vera Kalugina says hi. Hello, welcome. Danuj says serving buyers. The other people in the coffee shop are serving, we probably say customers. Serving customers or possibly clients. But clients it's the right idea, but not quite the same. I would probably say customers. And buyers is the right idea too, but I would usually think of something different than in a coffee shop. I'd probably say customers. All right? Ain't the same says texting each other, right? The other people in the coffee shop are texting each other. Even though they're sitting right next to each other, they're still texting each other. Let's see. Oh, blurry. Garden says blurry. Maybe you mean the background, right? The background is blurry. It's out of focus. We can't quite see. It's not clear. Lee Huda says the people there are enjoying their time or hanging out, right? I like hanging out. Hanging out just means spending time, right? It's probably relaxed time that you're enjoying. We went to hang out and let our hair down, right? We went to relax. We went to have a good time. Majuline Hulali says, hi teacher, I'm late. No problem. YouTube records this, so you can go back and watch it later if you want. No problem. Let's see, Meziet in Sekara says, listening to music. Sure, that would fit. Let's put it down here. Listening to music. Ghazal Husseini says, juicing each other up. Now this one can have a couple of meanings. One is not so legal. To get juiced up could mean like to be taking drugs, like heroin, injecting, right? Like injecting drugs. Or it could be juicing each other up as in like motivating each other, making each other more excited, getting them to be excited about something. Lee Huda says they are whispering because most of them are lovers. It's possible. It's possible. Thais Dyer says waiting for food. We wouldn't say waiting for the food. We just say waiting for food. Waiting for food. Waiting for food. Ain't the same says having a good time meeting their friends. Yes, yes, wonderful, wonderful. Okay, so let's see. We did the action. We talked about what the girl's, what is she doing? What does she look like? Let's do, this time is going. Let's talk about the story. So let's talk about the phone. How about that? And we'll see if I'll do a sentence and you guys can finish it for me. The woman is using her phone. I'm going to change it from woman to lady, because she seems like a younger person, so I'll say lady. Even girl could work. Let's see. The lady's using her phone to, what do you think? You guys tell me. We kind of briefly talked about before. I don't want to say. You guys figure out. How can we finish this sentence? The lady is using her phone to what? Be creative. Here we go. Let's see. Ain't the same says to. We would say to, if we wanted to fit it in the sentence, the lady's using her phone to check her email. Yes. All right. What else do we have? Rahan Abhi says text, right? She's using her phone to text. Right? Maybe we could add more. We could say text her friends. Or maybe ex-boyfriend. All right, let's see. Oh, there's supposed to be a space there. All right, no worries. All right, let's see what else we have. Thais Dyer says to talk with her mother. So the lady's using her phone to talk with her mother. What else do we have? Denju says uploading photos. Okay, so if we want to put it in the sentence, the lady is using her phone to upload photos. And if you notice that the verbs here at the beginning are going back to their base form, which is like the infinitive form, because we have to here. So we don't need to conjugate the verb. We've already conjugated over here. She's using something. And now what is the purpose? It's to something. So we just go to the base form of the verb. Upload, talk, text, check. All right. Let's see. What else we have? Moduline says to send messages. Right. To send messages. Sure. All right. Leah Huda says chat with her endless love. With her endless love. Right. All right. Garden says watching Able Lingo. Love it. Love it. The lady's using her phone to learn or study. How about that? Study, watch and study with Able Lingo. Why not? We could use our imagination. All right. Let's see. Let me add this one in because this one seems to be a good one. All right. What else do we have? Surf. Oh, let's see. Tetsuya says gather information on the internet. Yes. The lady's using her phone to gather information on the internet. Right? Search for information, look for information, right? There are a bunch of different possibilities there. Oh, where is it going? Right? I can type faster. Rahan Abi says surf on Instagram, right? The lady's using her phone to surf on Instagram. All right. See, Ghazal Hosseini says, really? So it's better to say cheering each other up. I'm trying to think what you're referring to. Let's see. It's possible, right? If you're trying to give positive energy to someone who's feeling down, you could say to try to cheer them up. Let me take a drink. Leah Huda says, from her gestures, we can tell she's immersing in love. Ooh, she's immersed in love, maybe, or she's in love, she's falling in love, she's full of love. Maybe it's how she's holding the straw. She's like, oh, my love, I love you. And this coffee is really good too. Let's see. Ain't the same says, watch teacher Michael's live lesson on YouTube. I like it. Vera Kalugina says, see nice pics, right? The lady's using her phone to maybe look at nice pictures, right? Okay, maybe her friends' pictures. Leah Huda says talking to her professor who's her fiance. Interesting. To talk with her professor who is her fiance. Fiance. There's an accent there, I think. Let's take a look. Fiance. It's a French word, isn't it? There it is, fiance. Okay, so we'll copy and paste so I don't have to figure out the keyboard shortcut. All right, there we go. Oops. Her fiance. Right? Fiance is someone that you promised to marry, right? All right. Gonzalo Jose, to look up a new word in the dictionary. To look up a new word in the dictionary. Right? Sure. Right. Ryan Abi says checking selfies. Let's just be honest. So we see the lady's using her phone to check her selfies, or maybe review. How about review her selfies? Review, right? To look over. Ain't the same says to text her friend who didn't show up at the coffee shop, or who hasn't shown up yet. Yes, we could say that. Let's see. Let me do that. Oops. To text her, text her friend who hasn't shown up at the coffee shop yet. Right. Okay. All right. Wow, there's a lot of options here, right? Meziet Inchikara says checking bank account, right? So if we wanted to put it in the sentence, because we have to over here, we need the base form of the verb to check her bank account, right? See if she can pay for her credit card. All right, so let's see. Let's make another sentence. So just from the information we have, can we finish this one? The lady feels what? What kind of emotions do you think she feels? So she's busy texting with the one hand or however, and she's drinking her coffee, she's looking down, she's focused. Ryan says, okay, sir, we had enough. Let's move on to another photo. Well, this is the picture for today. So we're doing the story right now. Let's see. The lady feels. How does she feel? What do you think? We can't talk with her, but we can look at her. We can see how her face is. Vera Kalugina says shocked. Maybe she saw something that she's like, what? That selfie didn't turn out how I wanted it to, right? Leah Huda says burning with love. Woo, in love. See, ain't the same. She looks a bit worried to me, okay? The lady feels a bit worried. All right, sure. What else do we have? Kian English said she's thoughtful. So if we put it in the sentence, she feels thoughtful, right? All right. She's like, what is the meaning of life? Why did my boyfriend break up with me? Why did I leave my selfie stick at home? All right, let's see. Modulin Hulali says shocked. That's what Vera Kalugina said, right? Meziet in Chikara says serious. Sure. You could say serious. Right? She's definitely not smiling. I mean, I can't say that she's like pissed off or anything, but she's not smiling either. Vera Kalugina says surprised. All right. So we'll put that up here. Surprised. That would work. What else? Pai says concentrate. Let's see. How would we put concentrate in this sentence? We would say, maybe we could say she feels focused and is concentrating. And then, is concentrating on her phone or whatever the text. All right. Ain't the same says concerned. Ooh, that's a nice one. She's concerned. Something might be wrong. Similar to worried, right? Maybe we'll put it over here. Concerned, right? Let's see. Garden says disappointed. That's possible. Maybe she just received some bad information, or oh, I think I spelled that one wrong. She received something that she wasn't expecting. Like way back when, I think Ghazal had said something about her boyfriend broke up with her via a text message. Not very respectful. All right, let's see. Ooh, Meziet in Chicada says mindful. Ooh, that's a nice one. Mindful, right? You're like aware of things. You're kind of reflecting on things. You're thinking about life. See, Leah Huda says she's like arrogant. Well, if we want to use it in the sentence, the lady feels arrogant. It's possible. She feels kind of proud. You know, I'm awesome. I'm wonderful. I'm a little bit arrogant. Uh-huh. Vera Kalugina says anxious, right? Anxious is similar to worried, concerned, maybe nervous. All right. Yes. Okay. All right. Well, time is going fast. I had a great time with you guys. Leah Huda says proud of herself. Yes. Maybe she just checked her grades online and she's like, ooh, I did great on the exam. Haha. Time to celebrate with a coffee. Cappuccino, frappuccino, macchiato, whatever. Right? Okay. All right. So let's see. Ain't the same says irritated. Lots of options here. Okay, so let's take a look. Let's see if we accomplished our goals for this lesson. The goals were to describe this picture. We did that. And we did the setting, action, and story, right? So the setting is like the time, place, environment, weather, and the action. What's happening in the picture? What can we see? What are the motions? Stuff like that. And the story, we just kind of added some extra things to make it more interesting. Okay, so we did everything. All right, so let's take a look. I'm going to close with improve your English, become more valuable, improve yourself, and be more valuable. Help yourself and help people around you. All right, if you enjoy our stuff here at Lingo, make sure to subscribe. And if you're already subscribed, make sure to click on the notification bell and it will send you stuff when we have stuff, right? So I'm going to show another picture at the end because I think, Meziet had said mindful. And this picture might be a good picture for being mindful and relaxing. Let's see. For the last thing that we'll do in this lesson, can you guys tell me either how does this picture make you feel or what do you see in this picture? All right, I can tell you how I feel. When I see this picture, I'm like, oh. Well, I suppose you could also say it's flooded, right? The water went over everything, and maybe that's not good. I see Leah Huda says so romantic. Yeah. I would say maybe peaceful, incredible. Is it sunrise, sunset? I don't know. Thais Dara says so calm. Yes, right? And it fits well with the music, right? Right? Leah Huda says, I feel love. Sure. But we have the music, which fits well with this picture, I think. And it's very relaxing, nice. Then Nuju says, nice. Ain't the same says, calmness, ambience. Right, it's nice. Ghazal Hosseini says, a simple picture in an hour talking over it and improving English. Wonderful. Yes, I find that interesting. I'm sure you've heard of the idiom, a picture paints 1,000 words, right? So when there's just a single picture, there are many different, point of views. There's ways to describe it. And it's a great opportunity for improving our English, right? Majuline Hulali says, I relax, right? You see this picture and it's like, oh, I think it's a great way to end an English lesson, right? Usually lessons, they push our brains, which is great. But at the end, sometimes it's good to relax a little bit. All right, Vera Kalugina says, thanks for your patience. I like your lives. You're welcome. Thanks for hanging out with Lingo. All right, Olga Svetova says, hi, a soothing picture. Yes, soothing, relaxing, maybe comfortable, makes you feel like, what was the idiom? To let your hair down, to relax, to just hang out and enjoy. right? So I imagine whoever took this picture, maybe they're on a boat. Maybe they're on the edge of the lake or something. I don't know. Okay, so I'm going to turn up the music, type in my thank you into the comments, and then I'm out of here because it's getting a little late for me and I've got some stuff I need to do. All right, so let's listen to the music and absorb the good vibes of this picture.